Hello and welcome to 12-Minute Meditation, a weekly podcast from Mindful and mindful.org that offers mindfulness meditations backed by neuroscience. If you've been practicing, you know that 12 minutes of meditation a day can yield benefits like increased attention, focus, creativity, calm, resilience, and compassion. The latest scientific research supports this knowledge, so on this podcast, we invite you to do your 12-minute practice with guided meditations from today's leading mindfulness experts. We share a new practice each week, providing you with new ways to experience some of those benefits day to day. Before we dive in, we have some wonderful news to share. Mindful Magazine is back. Thanks to your incredible support, the 2025 annual edition is now available. It's filled with inspiring stories, thought-provoking articles, and practical tips to enrich your mindfulness journey. You can find it on newsstands or order your copy at shop.mindful.org. We're also excited to share that we've expanded our subscription options to support your well-being journey, including Mindful Premium, which gives you access to the magazine, our full digital library, meditations, courses, and more. If you'd like to win 1 year of Mindful Premium, simply head to the show notes for this episode to learn how to enter. This is our way of celebrating you, our amazing community, and we can't wait for you to explore the new issue. I'm Ava Whitney Coulter, editor at Mindful and mindful.org, standing in today for our usual host, Chelsea. Now, for this episode today, it's led by Stephen Hickman, who is a licensed clinical psychologist. He's the executive director of the Center for Mindful Self-Compassion and the founding director of the UC San Diego Center for Mindfulness, a program of community building, clinical care, professional training, and research. He's also the author of Self-Compassion for Dummies. The invitation with this practice is to put aside ideas and concepts about differences, shame, fear, survival, and to simply see if you can begin to develop a felt sense of common humanity, that all of us wish for happiness and freedom from suffering. For now, for you, here's Steve Hickman.
Just like me, meditation. A note, this meditation is inspired by the writing and teachings of Thupten Jinpa, and a version of it can be found in his book, A Fearless Heart, How the Courage to be Compassionate Can Transform Our Lives. Take some time to settle into your body for a few minutes, perhaps, allowing your attention to drop inside. Take note of whatever's present in the way of sensation, things like the touch of clothing, the pressure of the supporting surface on certain areas of the body, or just sensations of coolness or warmth, relaxation or tension, ease or discomfort. Simply taking note of where and how you are in this moment. You might notice the movement of breath into and out of the body as well, recognizing that the breath has continued to breathe itself since you last attended to it. You might wish to welcome yourself into this moment with some warmth and kindness, perhaps a hand on the heart, or an inner smile, or even some inner words of welcome to yourself, this one. Ah, here you are. Welcome. Good to see you. And as you're ready, perhaps imagining someone whom you hold dearly, someone who brings a smile to your face when you think of them, someone with whom you have a relatively easy and uncomplicated relationship. This could be a family member, like a child, a grandparent, even a pet. Try going beyond the simple idea of this being and see if you can actually feel what it feels like to be in their presence. What do you notice in your body, in your mind, in your heart as you call this beloved being into your awareness? You might notice any pleasant feelings that may arise as you hold this beloved being in your awareness and see how easy it is to acknowledge that this one too has the same aspiration for genuine happiness that you have. Perhaps savoring the experience of calling to mind a beloved being that brings a smile to your face. And as you're ready, now calling to mind someone else. Someone that you recognize but don't have much meaningful interaction with and don't feel any particular closeness to. This could be a person whom you see quite often on the street, in the hallway at work, behind the counter at your favorite coffee shop, driving the bus that you take every day. Just notice what feelings arise for you as you picture this neutral person and how these feelings may be a bit different from what you felt in regard to the loved one you imagined first. Usually, we don't give much thought to the happiness of people in neutral roles in our lives like this. Let's see if this time you can imagine what it might be like to be this person. Imagine their life, their hopes and fears, which are every bit as real, complex, and challenging as yours. You might even recognize a certain similarity between yourself and this other neutral person at the level of your common humanity. You might think, just like me, they wish to be happy and to avoid even the slightest suffering. Next, take some time to see if you can call to mind someone you don't know at all and also seems very much unlike you at first glance. Perhaps an image comes to mind from the news or in your imagination or from previous travels. Maybe consider someone facing hardships far different from your own right now. Perhaps you might call to mind someone who doesn't look like you, or someone who has an entirely different cultural background or life circumstances. You may find yourself thinking just now of people suffering through war or resisting tyranny anywhere on the globe. Challenge yourself to consider someone who seems quite different at first glance. Take the time to see if you can look past the differences to what you have in common with this person or these people. Imagine looking into their eyes, sitting with them in meditation, feeling just a little bit of the joy and the pain and the sorrow and the fear that they may experience, simply because they are human, just like you, just like all of us. See if you can put yourself in this person's shoes for a moment, recognizing that they are an object of deep concern to someone, a parent or a spouse, a child, or a dear friend of someone. Begin to acknowledge that even this person who seems so different has the same fundamental aspiration for happiness as you. Allow thoughts and feelings to come and go as they will, as you remain present to whatever arises with no other agenda but to observe and to be kind to yourself in that presence. Finally, see if you can bring together these three people in one mental picture in front of you. The beloved person, the so-called neutral person, and the so-called different person. Take some time to reflect on the fact that they all share this basic yearning to be happy and free from suffering. From this perspective, there is no difference between these three people. They are exactly the same. Just taking a little time to relate to these three beings from the point of view that they share this aspiration for happiness and a kind of perfect imperfection. And include yourself in this circle of awareness, reminding yourself that these people have feelings, thoughts, and emotions just like me. These people during their lives have experienced physical and emotional pain and suffering just like me. These people have been sad, disappointed, angry, or worried just like me. These people have felt unworthy or inadequate at times just like me. These people have longed for connection, purpose, and belonging just like me. These people want to be happy and free from pain and suffering just like me. These people want to be loved just like me. With this deep recognition that the desires to be happy and to overcome suffering are common to all, you might wish to silently repeat this phrase to yourself. Just like me, all others aspire to happiness and want to overcome suffering. Again, just like me, all others aspire to happiness and want to overcome suffering. And taking some time to sit with whatever wishes or feelings or thoughts arise from this practice, allowing them to arise and fall away. Your only agenda is to notice, take note of their arising, and allow them to come and go as they will. Taking all the time you need and giving yourself whatever you need in this moment.
You can subscribe to 12-Minute Meditation while you're on mindful.org or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. And if you're moved to leave us a review, we'd be grateful. And so will other listeners. Your review helps them decide whether 12-Minute Meditation is for them.